If you have no friends right now, I want you to hear this clearly. That does not automatically mean you're unlikable. It does not mean you're broken, and it definitely does not mean you're destined to be alone forever. Sometimes having no friends isn't a social failure. Sometimes it's a sign of depth. We live in a world that equates popularity with value. The more people around you, the more normal you must be. But psychology shows that social quantity and emotional quality are two completely different things. And some of the most emotionally intelligent, self-aware, and powerful people go through long seasons of being alone. If you have no friends right now, you probably have these 4 hidden strengths, and you may not even realize it yet. First, you are highly self-sufficient. When you don't have people constantly around you, you learn how to sit with yourself. You learn how to solve your own problems. You learn how to regulate your emotions without immediately reaching for someone else. Research on resilience shows that people who spend time alone often develop stronger internal coping skills. Instead of outsourcing comfort, they build it from within. Think about it. When something goes wrong in your life, who do you talk to first? If the answer is myself, that's not weakness. That's internal processing. That's emotional independence. You've probably had nights where you had no one to call, so you journaled, or you thought deeply, or you just sat with your feelings until they made sense. That's strength. A lot of people can't handle their own thoughts for 5 minutes without distraction. You can, and that ability will serve you for the rest of your life. Second, you have high standards for connection. Not everyone can be in your circle, and that's not arrogance, don't misunderstand it. Psychology indicates that people who prefer fewer friendships often value emotional depth over surface-level interaction. They don't enjoy small talk. They don't feel energized by shallow conversations. They want meaning. So instead of having 10 casual friends, you might have 0 because you refuse to settle. You'd rather be alone than feel unseen. That tells me something important about you. You don't just want attention, you want understanding. And yes, that can feel lonely, but it also means when you do connect with someone, it will be real, it will be intentional, it won't be forced. You are wired for quality, not noise. Third, you are deeply observant. When you're not constantly talking, you're watching. You notice patterns in people. You sense shifts in tone. You pick up on inconsistencies. Research on social perception shows that quieter individuals often develop stronger observational skills because they spend more time analyzing rather than performing. You've probably noticed dynamics others miss. Who's pretending? Who's insecure? Who's hurting behind their confidence? And because you observe so much, you may struggle to connect with people who live on the surface. You see too much to stay shallow. That's not social awkwardness. That's awareness. And awareness is power. Fourth, you are becoming emotionally mature faster than you think. Loneliness forces growth. When you don't have a group identity to hide behind, you start asking bigger questions. Who am I really? What do I actually believe? What kind of life do I want? Research indicates that periods of social isolation can increase self-reflection and identity clarity, especially in young adults. While others are distracted by constant validation, you're building a relationship with yourself. You're learning your triggers, your boundaries, your values. That's maturity. And here's something most people won't tell you. Some seasons of life are meant to be quiet. Not because you're failing, but because you're forming. There's a difference between being alone and being abandoned. There's a difference between having no friends and having no value. If you're watching this and thinking, but it still hurts, of course it does. Humans are wired for connection. Feeling lonely doesn't cancel your strength. It just means you're human. But don't confuse a temporary season with a permanent identity. The fact that you're here, reflecting, questioning, wanting to understand yourself better, that already separates you. You are not behind. You are not defective. You are developing. And the right people, the ones who match your depth, your standards, your awareness, they will recognize you when the time is right. Until then, don't rush to shrink yourself just to fit into someone else's circle. If this resonated with you, it's not an accident. There is nothing wrong with you for being different. There is something powerful about you that not everyone can access. And if you want more insights like this, insights that help you understand your personality instead of judging it, subscribe to this channel. Because sometimes the traits you thought were flaws are actually your rarest strengths. And you deserve to see that clearly.